All right, guys. So in this video today, this is going to be my first Christmas video. And the first thing I'm going to do is, you guessed it, I'm going to make a wreath. So I know that I've had a lot of wreath videos here lately, but I do more than just make wreaths. It's just that here lately, it just seems like that's what I've been doing. But I'm going to make a Christmas wreath. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys like a gallery of all the wreaths I made last year. I don't have videos for them because I wasn't making my videos last year. But I made a ton of all different kinds of wreaths, and I just want to show them to you because I'm going to be making a lot of wreaths here for Christmas. And so I just want to show you kind of what kinds of things I can do. But they're all pretty different, and I think that you might like that. But with this wreath here, I'm just going to get started with a basic evergreen wreath, and it is faux. And it was $13.99 at Hobby Lobby, but I got it for half off. So I'm just going to start by taking the tag off here. And I do tend to make a lot of wreath videos. Not all of my videos are about wreaths if you've seen my other videos, but I do tend to make a lot of wreath videos, and the reason is because wreaths go back all the way to ancient Greece. I didn't know if you guys knew that. I had looked it up a while back when I started working at Michael's, and they told me that I was going to be the assistant floral designer and I was going to be making a lot of wreaths. I just took it upon myself to Google the history of wreaths because I was interested in it. And so they go all the way back to ancient Greece, and they represent a healthy crop. They would put the wreaths on their front door to try to influence having a healthy harvest that year. So I thought that was pretty neat. And the other thing about wreaths is they are circular, so they're never ending. So they also symbolize eternity and life never ending. So I thought that was, pretty neat. So I just wanted to share that with you. But me personally, I feel like the first thing that people see really when, they come over to your house and knock on your door, obviously is at least one of the first things that they see is the wreath on your front door. And so, I love decor, and I love, just making things homey and happy and pretty and all that good stuff. And so, why not start with the outside of your house, And so wreaths are kind of like a welcoming to your home, I guess you could say. It's almost like a floral version of a butler. I don't know. But I just think that wreaths, they're a nice welcome to my home kind of symbol. And so I do really like to make them, and I like to make all different kinds and all different styles. So what you see me doing here is I'm just going through this wreath here, and I'm just kind of fluffing it out because they're really flat when you first get it. They're very, very flat, and I'm just fluffing it. Now, I also want to tell you guys that I will be doing some real wreaths here for the upcoming holidays using some of the evergreens that I have in my backyard. I have evergreens and I have hollies, and so I am going to be doing some real floral decor here using real evergreen and florals for Christmas, just so you know. I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. So, all right, we got this guy fluffed up nice, and he doesn't look so flat. So what I'm going to do is, now I got a different kind of evergreen. Okay, this is like a different kind of evergreen. Now this is all faux. Again, I got it from Hobby Lobby. Everything was half off. And what I'm going to do is, if you add in different types of evergreen to a faux evergreen wreath, or even a real evergreen wreath, you build it up and it adds interest and it just makes it look more full, and it also gives more texture, something else for the eye to go to. So that is what I'm going to be doing here. Now, these are the same types of faux evergreen. One's a little darker and one's a little lighter. So I'm just going to be kind of mixing them in. And these picks here were $2.99. And again, I got them half off, so yay me. Always try to get your florals, guys, if you can, when they are on sale. You will save a lot of money. And again, I'm all about saving money. I'm a very frugal person. I do spend, I do buy things, but I try to be as frugal as possible, and I try to make smart financial decisions on what I buy and how much I pay for it, and just things of that nature. I did spend 4 years of my life as a bank teller, so I am very frugal with money, and I like to make it last, and I like to make it stretch. So just clipping this off here. And here's something else that I thought was really cool. I've talked about my dad a lot with you guys because I lost my dad last year. He passed away. He was 87. But something fun about my dad, he and his family, they were tobacco farmers in Silver Spring, Maryland, Camp Springs, Maryland, I should say. I'm sorry. Camp Springs, Maryland. I always get those two mixed up. But my dad and his mom, because they were not a very well off family. They had 9 children. One passed away as an infant, and they didn't have a lot of money. So my dad was the oldest, and he and his mother, my grandmother, they would go out to the woods and they would get evergreens and holly and pine cones, and they would make holiday wreaths and sell them at the market. So I thought that was kind of neat. My dad told me that when I first started working at Michael's, and he said, "You're going to be making wreaths for them." And I said, "Yeah, I think it's going to be fun." And he said, he said, "I used to do that with your grandma." And that was the first I had ever heard of that. And I was like, "Really?" So I was like, "Dad, that's awesome." So just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was kind of fun. So what I'm doing is I'm just tucking that other evergreen picks that I cut apart into little pockets here and there. And I'm just kind of going around in one layer, and then I'm going to go around a little bit in another layer. So in this way, it just makes it look even. Just makes it look a little bit more even. And I don't want to put them all on the inside. I don't want to put them all on the outside. And I want to go with the flow of how everything is moving on this wreath, okay? Everything is going in a clockwise direction, and so that's how I want my florals to go. I don't want to go against the flow of the evergreen over here. So moving on. My dogs are being really good so far, as you guys could probably tell. They haven't started barking yet. I'm hoping, knock on wood, that it will stay that way. I do have to edit my videos sometimes, even the ones that I do live, when my dogs start barking, because they are very, very loud. And if you've heard them in my past videos, I got a little bit of glue over there, you know that they can be a little on the loud side. So I'm hoping that they stay behaving like they are here at the moment. Gonna put this one a little more inside, a little bit more on the inside part of our wreath. And see how our wreath is already looking a little bit fuller, and it's already added some more interest. So I think that's great. I like that. And I'm just going and I'm putting some on the outside, putting some on the inside. So I'm kind of making two, almost like two rows. But they're not side by side. I'm kind of zigzagging it. I hope I'm explaining this good to you guys. I try to. I really do. Okay, so we got that guy in there. Just like that. And my glue gun runs really hot, so I don't have to use a ton of glue. And I try not to let it drip. Oh gosh. There we go. So I got him in there. And also guys, when you do it like this and you add in different types of evergreen, it almost gives it more of a realistic look. Because that's how they make them, you know, that's how they make the real evergreens. They have a bunch of little, they have like a bunch of all different kinds of evergreen mixed in, and I just think they're so pretty. So I try to replicate that. And that's what I do again when I make my real wreaths. I have juniper outside. I have a blue juniper. I have two different kinds of holly trees. So I try to use a little bit of everything, and I try to mix them together. The colors are a little off. I have some dark green. I have the blue juniper that's got a little bit of a bluish hint to it. I also have two different kinds of holly trees. One produces berries, one does not. And then I also have, oh goodness, I was going to say something and now I can't remember what it was. I have a bunch of different kinds. I don't know the names to all of them, but I have quite a few to choose from. So I have one more over here, and I want to see where I think, and you know, I think I might put him over here. Yeah, I think that's where he's going to go, over there. So I like to add in a bunch of different kinds of evergreens. I don't just do wreaths too. I do swags and things of that nature. I love doing swags. Swags are so fun, and I just really enjoy that. So, okay guys, so this is our wreath so far. And as you can see, it looks a lot fuller. It looks like, you know, we've got two different kinds of evergreen going on here. So I have that. I also have all the little glue stringies, trying to get them out of the way. I have one in my tea over here. Ugh, gotta move that. So, okay. So this wreath is not going to be symmetrical, okay? Meaning I'm going to have a couple different things going on. I'm going to have something going on over here and something a little different going on over here. And that's what I want to do. So I almost sneezed there. I thought I was going to sneeze there for a second, but it stopped. So I've got these little bells here, and I love these bells. I love the gold. It's not really a bright gold though. It's kind of like a brass kind of gold. I think that is so pretty for the holidays. So I'm going to incorporate those in here. I'm only going to use 3 though, because it came with 4, but I'm only going to use 3. I like to use odd numbers. This is black velvet ribbon, and this is going to be really pretty. Now, you might be saying black, but guys, black is such an elegant color for the holidays. I love black with Christmas. I just think it's so beautiful. And the other thing with black is it goes with everything. You could pair this ribbon with a red ribbon, a blue ribbon, a pink ribbon, whichever you are doing. Black goes with everything, and it is such an elegant color. I'm so glad that people are recognizing black for Christmas here. I just think it's beautiful. So with that, I am going to put in some pine cones. I've got 3 of these little pine cone picks. I'm not sure if I'm going to cut them apart or keep them together. I'll decide that as I get going. But I've got 3 of these little pine cone picks, and these are only $1.99, and they were half off, so I got them for $1, which is really great. And then over here, because we are doing the black ribbon, I got some of these blackberries, and I think that these are going to be really pretty. And again, I'm going for a nice elegant wreath here, so I'm going to be incorporating these blackberries in here. I may not use all of them, but I'm going to use a lot of them. So, and what goes better with black, in my opinion, than gold? So I'm going to add these pretty gold leaves. I am going to cut these apart, and I'm going to add these beautiful gold leaves. I'm going to have them on this side, and then I'm going to have them trickle out. And then down here, I'm just going to have the berries and the pine cones. So I'm going to have the berries, the blackberries and the gold leaves predominantly over here, and then they're going to trickle. And then I think that's going to be really pretty. So that's what we're going to do. And I did get 2 of those. I got 2 picks of the gold leaves, and they were $2.99. So see, I try to get things that are really pretty and attractive, but I also watch the price. So these were also half off, so they were only $1.50 each. So far we're getting this wreath done for maybe what, $20? So that's great. That's really great. So let me get these leaves cut off here. Now I gotta pull them a little bit because I want to get that little wire there so I can put my glue on that. I don't want to put my glue directly onto the leaf if I can help it. So I've got 7 of these leaves here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, now these leaves also bend, okay? And that's another reason I chose them, because I love the bendy. I love stuff that bends. More stuff for me to fiddle with. So I'm going to pull this. I want to make sure I'm in frame, and I'm just going to start adding in these leaves all around here, okay? So I really hope you guys like this video. I love to make all different kinds of wreaths, and it really is a hobby of mine, and I was really thankful for my experience at Michael's because I had such a great time, and it didn't even feel like a job. I loved going to work because I loved doing floral decor. And so sometimes I would feel bad because it's like I didn't even feel like I was working, but I was getting paid. Like, honestly, I think I would have gone there and made wreaths for free if they wanted me to. Just because I really had such a great time being there and doing it. And my glue gun sometimes drips. That drives me crazy. I don't like it when it drips. So, just bending my leaf a little bit, because I just don't want my leaf to be flat. I don't want flat leaves. So then just tucking this one in over here. Guys, this is looking beautiful already, if I do say so myself. And I hope that's okay if I say that, but I just think it's already starting to look really pretty. So let me get some more glue. I gotta get more glue. Now it is kind of fun that I'm doing a Christmas wreath. It's not even Halloween, but you know, that is just the way it goes, guys. It just, you know, seems like if you're not ahead of the game, you're gonna fall behind. So that is, you know, just doing a little zigzag, so you know. But that is just the name of the game, you know, especially when it comes to anything retail. And you better get your supplies now, because if you wait, they're gonna be gone. Okay. And sometimes when I'm mopping my kitchen floor, because I do my videos in my kitchen for now, sometimes when I'm mopping my kitchen floor, I find these big goops of hot glue dry to my kitchen floor, so I gotta get in there and scrape it. I'm gonna find some. I'm gonna find some here very soon, because I just dropped a whole bunch of glue on the floor. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm gonna put him over there. And I do love to do like asymmetrical artistic wreaths, like I'm doing here, where it's just not, you know, the same thing all throughout. This is going to be a little different, but I love doing these kinds of wreaths. I just think they're so pretty and artsy and just neat. I like that. So, okay, and then over here, I might have to use that other leaf, guys, and normally, you know, I don't do that. I like to stick with odd numbers, but sometimes you see a spot and you're like, huh, I might have to break that rule. It all depends on how it's going to look in the end. Okay, so we got this bad boy in here where we want him to go, just like that. My leaves are not flat. I don't like flat leaves. And we got that there, just like that. So far, guys, this is what we have. We have our gold leaves in like a little bit of a zigzag here, okay? So what I'm going to go through and do now is, because that's the star of our show, and I want to get these bells on here. Now, I am going to cut these off, okay? I am going to cut the bells off, and I'll tell you why. Because I want to be able to put them where I want them, not in the line that they're in currently. So I have this bell here. I want him to be up here. I'm going to wrap him around this wreath here like this. Okay, so we'll put him there like that. And then I'm going to get this one over here. And I like for them to cascade down like here. You know what? I think I am going to glue this one in here though, because I don't think it's going to make a difference if I do that or not. Okay, so I am going to glue this one. And just because of where I'm putting him, he's still going to be able to move. So I am going to glue him in there. It just depends, guys, you know. Sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes you're just like, maybe I'll just glue him in. But I didn't glue the bell itself. I just glued the stem. So the bell still has range to move. And that is what I want. So let's see. Now here's the question. Do I want to put him up here next to him? I don't want them in a straight line, okay? I kind of might put him up here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to do, because I don't want them in this straight, cohesive line. So we're going to put him somewhere else. And again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on him, just because. Let's see. So we got him in there like that, and then I am going to wrap this one around him just a little bit, because I do like everything to be nice and secure. I don't like the thought of anything moving or coming out or anything like that. And then, so I have him on there like that, and then let's wrap this guy a little bit too, just to make sure that he is on there, and he is. Okay, all right, so we have our bells on, and here's our bells, guys. They're not in this straight, perfect line, because I don't like that. That's just not how I like to do things. Okay, so I have those on there. And here I am fiddling with the evergreen. I fiddle with stuff all the time, guys. If you haven't noticed, I don't leave anything alone. So let's, oh my goodness. I drive myself crazy sometimes. So, okay, so we have that on there. And, all right, Holly, stop. All right, moving on. So now I'm gonna add in my berries. And I'm gonna add my berries in kind of offset. Now, I do want my berries to be throughout, okay? So I am putting my berries on throughout this wreath. This is going to be so pretty, if I do say so myself, guys. I really hope you guys like this. This is the first wreath I have done this season, and I am really excited about it. I think it's going to be so pretty. And I just dropped more glue. I drop glue all the time. There we go. I haven't gotten a new glue gun yet, but it is definitely on the top of my list, because this glue gun over here just runs too hot. How many times can I complain about that? There's the question. Okay, so I'll get that out. I don't like when my glue drips. That really bugs me. Alright, we got it for the most part. Okay, so we're going to start adding in our berries now. And again, just like everything else, I don't like my berries to lay flat. And by cutting this apart the way that I'm doing here, guys, it just kind of makes the berries go a longer way. And because I do want them all throughout this wreath, I really want the berries to have a presence. So by cutting all the picks apart, I can really have them going everywhere. And sometimes when you cut picks apart, sometimes the floral tape that holds them together, sometimes it starts to unravel, so you just have to kind of go in there and finagle it a little bit. But it's no big deal. I love these blackberries. So there we go. And I'll put this bad boy down there. I don't want my berries going in the same direction. There we go. I've got a little bit of a cough today, guys. The weather just started getting a little cooler, and I've already got like a little bit of a headache and a little bit of a scratchy throat, and I'm like, oh goodness. I hope it's not telling me that I'm gonna have the same season this year that I had last year. Guys, last year I got influenza type A right before Thanksgiving, and oh my goodness, I was so sick. Me and my husband both got it, and whoops, sorry about that. We were sick for almost 3 weeks. It was awful. It was so awful. And I don't ever want that again. So I hope that I'm not coming down with something. I really do. It's too soon. But, I mean, is it? Maybe it's not. Cold and flu season. That's the only thing with the holidays that I'm not fond of. Cold and flu season. They seem to go hand in hand. So you just can't really get away from it, you know. It is what it is. So just putting in some more berries over here. And I'm just putting in my berries, guys. I like to go in a little bit of a zigzag motion. That's like a good rule of thumb, because you kind of, you know, get them all throughout. And then if you want to, or if you need to, then you can go back and put some in places where you think you may have missed the spot. But this is what we have so far. Just showing you, these are the berries so far. And I am looking into easels so that I can start doing my craft videos on an easel, because I know that would be a better way for you to view what I'm doing. But I haven't gotten one yet, but I do plan on getting one here very soon. So just letting you know that that is also on my agenda with getting a new glue gun. I had a really cute glue gun a while back, but I used it so much it died. But it was white and black, and it had like it's almost like a floral design on it, and then it had like a little hot pink handle. It was really cute, but I used them too much. And he's no longer with us. He stopped working. Okay, just putting some berries in there, just like that. And I love how they're sticking up because I don't like anything to lay flat. I'll put those there. And then I have one more little berry pick. So I'm going to try and get the most out of him. And let me get the tag off of here. And in case I didn't tell you the first time, these berries were only $2.99. And so they were only $1.50. I think I might have told you, but just in case I forgot, I wanted to tell you. I try to remember to tell you guys what the price tags are, what the prices of things on the tags are. Just so that I'm, you know, sharing with you how much I spent. And I honestly don't think I spent more than $20 on this. 25 at the most. 25 at the most, guys. Getting him in there. Come on. Alrighty. I don't like to let go until I know they're not going to move. That tells me they're dry. Okay? So I got him in there. Just like that. And alright. I think this is looking so pretty. I hope you guys are liking this. And just to show you what we have so far, just the gold leaves and the berries and that extra pine that we put into our wreath, and it's looking amazing. I hope you guys really like this. And then I'm just going to add in our pine cones, and then I'm just going to tie on our velvet ribbon, and then we are going to call it a day. We got our berries going all throughout. Come on, come on. There we go. And I do think I'm going to have to use this last leaf, guys. Now, I'm breaking my own rule. I know. I only like to use odd numbers, but sometimes I do end up having to use even numbers. So I should clarify, I only like to use odd numbers, but every now and then a situation arises and the rules must be broken. So there we go. Okay, we're good. So just going to get some more berries over here. These almost look like the choke berries that I have growing in my backyard. The choke berries are a little bit smaller, but I planted 2 choke berry bushes in my backyard last year because they don't taste the greatest. They have a little bit of a bitter taste to them, but the reason that I planted them is because they're really high in antioxidants. And the berries are black. And then in the fall though, the chokeberry bush itself, the leaves turn bright orange and red. So it's a really beautiful bush. And again, the berries are really high in antioxidants. So just wanted to share that with you guys. When I saw these black berry picks, I was like, oh, they're like the choke berries growing in the backyard. So I thought that'd be pretty neat. But I would, I pick them in the summertime, and I put them in the smoothies that I make for me and my husband. I make a lot of smoothies because it's a good way to get, you know, fruit and nutrients and antioxidants. So I will use the choke berries, and then I also add in bananas and yogurt, flaxseed, all kinds of good stuff like that too. To my smoothies. I'm gonna clip that off a little bit because glue dropped on it. Okay. But yeah, when I read that these chokeberries were really high in antioxidants, I said I'm gonna get a couple of those bushes, and I am going to grow some and put them in our smoothies. And you really don't taste them because they don't have a very good taste, in my opinion. They're pretty bitter. But once you get them in there with the bananas and the yogurt, and like if you're adding in fruit juice, once you get it in there with everything, you don't even taste them. You just get the nutritional benefits. So some people do make jam with them, but you know, with jam, you're adding in a ton of sugar. So that kind of helps with that. But I don't add sugar into my smoothies. If anything, I'll add in like honey or something like that, but I try and stay away from white sugar when I can. But I did make pumpkin bread recently, and I used the sugar, but I halved it. I didn't use the entire cup and a half that it was calling for. I only used 3/4 of a cup. So I like to cut back. If I do use sugar, I will cut back on it just to, you know, just to make things a little bit more healthy. But I will tell you that when it's cookie making time, I use sugar. So, okay. So we have our bells on. We have our gold leaves on. Our gold leaves on, I should say, not leaves. I'm thinking gold leaf anyway. And then we have our blackberries going around. And so now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take these, I'm going to keep them together because I think that'll look nice. I'm going to keep this one together at least. Maybe I'll take the others apart. That's a thought. So I'm going to take these pine cones and I'm going to put them in here, just like that. Don't drop the glue onto the wreath. There we go. So we have those pine cones in there. And you know what? I was going to keep them all together, but now I'm thinking maybe I won't. Sometimes I change my mind, guys, as I get started, because you know, it's almost like the wreath has to tell you what to do. Like once your wreath gets started and once your wreath starts to develop its personality, it's almost like the wreath tells you what it wants you to do. Just my opinion, just my opinion. But I feel like once you get going and again, the wreath starts to develop its own personality, then it's almost like, oh, okay, we're going to do it like this. Okay. So that's just me. So let's see. Do I want to take them apart and put them in individually? You know what, guys? I think I do. I think I do want to have the pine cones kind of scattered throughout. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So we're just going to take a couple of pine cones and we're just going to put them here and there to complement everything. And then we're going to get our ribbon on. And I think we're going to call it a day, friends. So what do you guys like to decorate with? Like how do you guys like to decorate for Christmas? Are you doing more natural? Are you doing shabby chic? Are you doing something just totally different? Do you decorate for Christmas or do you decorate for winter? I try to do both. So then when Christmas is over, all I have to do maybe is like remove a couple things. So I try to have like a lot of winter decor mixed in with my Christmas decor. And that way I kind of have, you know, again, a little bit of, it saves me a little bit of time to where all I have to do is put away, you know, the Christmas things, but I still have like all my winter stuff out. And that kind of, that seems to help a little bit. Let me get this out of the way. That seems to help a little bit. But I need to go through, I need to go through a lot of my decor this year and just kind of keep what I really want and see what we've outgrown. I have a lot of it because when my parents passed away, I inherited a lot of things, and so I've tried to keep like a lot of the sentimental things, obviously, but at the same time, I have so much. I have so much upstairs that I'm in my little attic, and I'm just thinking, Mom, you gotta forgive me, but I'm gonna have to slim some of this down just because my attic is not very big, guys. It is not very big, so, you know, sometimes we have to make some tough decisions. Make some tough decisions for the purpose of space and room. So I'm trying to clean up a little bit here before I add in my last pine cone. Okay. And can I just say that my dogs have been so good. They haven't barked one time. Oh, that's my finger. I'm over here talking and I got hot glue running down my hand. Okay. But they haven't barked one time. I'm so proud of them, guys. Oh my gosh. I think that's awesome. Okay, so we have our little pine cones on. We kind of have them spaced around a little bit. And let's see. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I thought the mailman was coming to the door, and I said, oh gosh, if the mailman's coming to the door, they're gonna start barking and I'm gonna have to eat everything I just said. But I was wrong. It wasn't the mailman. So my poor mailman, he has such patience with my babies, because I'm gonna show you the wreath here again really quick. This is what we have so far. But he has such patience with my babies, guys, because they bark at him, and I feel like every time he comes around, I feel like they're singing that Tom Petty song, "Don't Come Around Here No More." I feel like they're singing that to my mailman. He just ignores it. He's a very nice person. He takes it all in stride. I'm sure lots of neighborhood dogs bark at him, but I don't think any bark as loud as mine do. So, all right, guys, so this is the wreath that we have so far. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bow on now. I'm gonna take my ribbon. And I love just getting creative with stuff, guys. I really do. That's why I don't like to think it out all the way, because I like to give myself room to be creative. I don't like to say, you know, I'm doing this, this, and this. I like to give myself a chance to say, what do I think I want to do here? That's just me. So let me get some, look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. That is so beautiful. I love this black velvet ribbon. It is gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. All right, guys. We're gonna do something here. Let's see. There we go. Got my ends cut all nice and pretty. And so I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here like this, or do I want to do, let's see. I kind of want to do, you know what I think? Yeah, I do. I want it to cascade a little bit. That's what we're going to do, guys. So I'm going to put this ribbon here. I'm going to wrap our little evergreen around the ribbon there, just like so. And I want to make sure the velvet part, now see, this ribbon here is not wired, so you kind of have to play with it to make sure that the velvet part is what's going to show for you. Okay, and then I'm going to have this hanging down a little bit here. Try to get the velvet showing as much as possible without covering up my pine cone. Let's see. It may not be possible to do that. That's okay. We're going to do this anyway. Because I just love this ribbon. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, we got that there. And again, just going to try and make sure that's tucked a little bit. There we go. Okay. I talk to myself while I do things, guys. So if you're thinking, is she talking to us? No, I'm talking to myself. Oh, even when I was at Michael's, it was so hard when I would work by myself and there'd be no one else at the counter with me, because I would talk to myself. And I was like, oh my gosh, please don't schedule me alone so I look like the crazy lady at the counter. But it's okay. It's all good. Okay. So we have this here now. And I want that to be a little bit bigger, yeah. So I probably should have cut that a little bit longer, but that's okay. That's okay. Let me get this around here. Okay, just like that. Just like so. Use the evergreen in your favor. We got that, okay. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tie my bow, and I'm going to have my bow hanging down here. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. La 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 la. So I'll tell you guys, I was watching this thing the other night, and it was saying what the trends are for the upcoming holiday. And it was saying how a lot of vintage retro types of decor are coming back. And I said to myself, you know, that's kind of neat, you know, to do that. And it made me think again of my mom, because growing up, and this is what's so funny, and maybe, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, but growing up, my mom had a lot of decor from like the 60s and the 70s. And unfortunately, she got rid of it all. And she went and bought new decor. And so now I'm just kind of like, oh man, I would love to have the Christmas decor that I grew up with. But my mom got rid of it, and because she said, I don't like this anymore, and she went and bought all new Christmas decor one year, and so she donated all of the vintage decor. And because me and my mom were both kind of like, I don't have a place for it, it's just going to be in the way, get rid of it. And now I'm just like, oh man, I would love to have that. But that's just how it goes sometimes, it is what it is, so nothing you can really do about it. But I just thought, oh wow, what I wouldn't give to go back and plead with her and be like, no mom, keep it, please keep it. But that's okay, that's okay. We all do what we think is right at the time. I keep playing with this thing. I'm trying to tuck it where I want it to go, guys. Okay, got it. Anyway, we all do what we think is right at the time. And at the time, my mom said, I don't have anywhere for all this, so she donated it. That's okay. It made someone's day. Someone out there was very, very happy because she had Mom had all the pretty bulbs with like the inside kind of went in a little bit, and then it was like real sparkly, and they were like hot pink and turquoise and white, and y'all probably know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of the name right now, but it was really neat, and Mom had all that. So again, it made someone's day, and that's okay. That's okay. So guys, we have almost concluded our ribbon here. I'm going to add another piece of ribbon around here, and then we're going to call it a day. So we just got one more thing that we're going to do, and then I'm going to show you guys how all this turned out. And this is why you should never say never, because I'm thinking about adding in that last bell. I know what I said, I know. But that's okay, I can get by more stuff. I'm still gonna do a centerpiece that goes with this. But I just kind of feel like, I don't know, this is what I do. I get started and I say, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Even though I also say I'm not gonna do that, I still end up doing that. And then when I get to the end of the wreath, I'm like, I think I'm gonna do this. And I do it all the time, guys. I get to talking, and I guess I start thinking, maybe I will do that, or maybe I won't. I don't know. So anyway, so we're gonna use the last bell, and it's just, that's just how it is, guys. Us artists can be difficult people, or so I've heard. Okay, so there we go. We have that there. Boom, I like it. All right, moving on. I'm going to, you know what? I don't think I cut this bad boy long enough. I'm gonna save that for something else, maybe the centerpiece I'm gonna make. And I'm gonna cut this a little bit longer. Okay, I think that will work. And that way I don't have to worry about it. Okay, we got it. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so I'm going to wrap him. Gonna put him in here. And then just wrap him around. Get our ribbon over here safe. I love this ribbon, guys. I told you I was going to incorporate as much of this ribbon as I possibly could. Or maybe I told myself that. I don't know. But it's what we're doing. Okay. So then, and I love how the ribbon just kind of falls. I think that's so pretty. Oh my goodness gracious. I love that. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I want to have him, I don't want him all the way over there yet. I kind of want him over here a little bit more. Can you imagine seeing me at Michael's talking to myself like this? People did. People did. Yes, yes, and doodly doodly they did. So, but that's okay. It was amusing none the least. So we got that. Okay. Oh, I love this ribbon. You know that you're a true crafter when you get so excited over a ribbon that you start to sing. I don't think anyone else does that but us people. You know that? That's okay. It's not going to be the first time that I get excited and sing in my videos, guys, just so you know. I hope I don't lose subscribers. I might, but I'm warning you now. You might hear me sing in my videos when I get happy. So, you know, don't say you weren't warned. All right, so we got that there, and then I'm just gonna bring him over here and have him drape down. Because I just think that looks so festive. So festive and happy. Just like so. Just gonna get them on in there. Alrighty. And we have that there like that. Just gonna pull them on down a little bit. There we go. And bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Did I pull them down too much? Oh, I think I did. Okay, we got him. We got him. Okay. Alright, guys. I told you I really love this ribbon. This ribbon is just making it so festive and just so wonderful. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add one more piece of ribbon here, guys. I'm going to have him go around the outer layer. That'll work. That'll work, and then we'll be done. Then we will be done. But I told you, and I think a couple of videos ago, I like to use ribbon when it comes to crafting and decorating. I really like to use ribbon to my advantage. And this is just going to be really pretty. So I really hope you guys like this. I hope I'm giving you ideas. That's what it's all about, you know. I love to just make beautiful things. I love to share it with people. And that's just what it's all about for me. That's why I do this. That's why I risk showing the world how different I am. So we'll just leave it at that. So just taking this and wrapping it around a piece of the faux evergreen and holding our ribbon in place. Just like so. And I have to tell you guys that I love doing these holiday wreaths and all. I really do. And on a little bit of a serious note, I really hope that the people who were affected by the hurricane, I really hope that they can salvage as much as they can so that they can have a nice, or as nice of a Christmas as possible this year. That was a couple of different storms that many people had to go through, and I don't even, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine, you know, some of the circumstances. So I really do hope and pray that, you know, while we're making these Christmas videos and all that, that other people are going to be able, again, to enjoy their holiday as much as humanly possible. So I try not to forget people who are suffering, even though, you know, I make my wreaths and I get really happy and excited with my wreaths. I try to keep in mind that, you know, for some people, Christmas isn't always, you know, Christmas may not always be a great thing for a lot of people, you know, and this year might be one of those years. So just trying to be sensitive to that as well. Okay, just trying to be sensitive to everyone. So gonna get this ribbon over here, wrapped around over here, like so, and then having it come around here like that, just like, let's see, like that. Let's see, do I want it like that? I don't think I do. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this off here. I'm going to cut this off here, like this. Because what it'll do, it'll drape down. And I'll come over here and then start this guy over here. And that way I don't have to pull him all the way around like this. Okay. So we have that there. And just again, trying to stay in frame and pulling this, let's see, pulling this over here like so. And pulling it through here. Come on, come on. Okay. And we might have him. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So we have it here, guys, and I think we are done. So I am going to hang it up and do the big reveal for you. And I really hope you guys like how this turned out. And I'll see you in just a minute. All right, guys, and there our wreath is. And I really hope you guys like this. I love how this turned out. Look at how beautiful. We started with just a plain faux evergreen wreath. We added in some additional evergreen. We added in some gold leaves, some blackberries, some pine cones, some bells, and that beautiful black velvet ribbon. And I think this turned out so pretty, guys. I really hope that you guys do too. Just kind of take you around again, outward a little bit. And I love this. I think it's got a little bit of an old world charm to it. I absolutely love the black. Oh my gosh, that black is beautiful. So that's how it looks on my front door. I'm going to show you how it looks up against the white wall so you can really see these colors. Okay guys, and so here is the wreath up against a white wall, just so that you can really appreciate the colors. And that black is so pretty. I really love how this turned out. I love the ribbon that we used. I love that black velvet ribbon. That is just so gorgeous, especially with the gold and the green. I love those black berries. I just love how elegant and old world and sophisticated this turned out. Now after this, I'm going to just kind of have a little bit of a gallery for you to see all the different kinds of wreaths I have made over the years, because I just want you guys to see what is coming up here on my channel. I do all different kinds of wreaths and decor and floral pieces, floral centerpieces. So I just hope that you guys really like this. And until our next video, I hope you enjoy this gallery. Thank you so much for being here and for listening to me ramble. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, take care, friends. See you later.